The 2022 World Cup is now over, and for all its controversy over the fact it wasn't Qatar, it was a winter World Cup. In my opinion, it was one of the best World Cups ever. Although the group stages feel like years ago, they were very exciting. You saw the likes of Belgium and Germany get knocked out in the group stages. Morocco topped their group and ended up getting to the semi-finals. We saw Cristiano Ronaldo playing his last World Cup game in a World Cup quarter-final, losing to Morocco. He left the pitch in tears, while his rival Lionel Messi ended up going the full way. The little boy from Rosario, Argentina finally filled his trophy cabinet. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through the 2022 World Cup. I'm going to be going through some of the best moments of the 2022 World Cup. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you are new to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. Go all the way back over a month ago, that fateful Sunday evening, Qatar versus Ecuador to kick off the World Cup, and Qatar become the first host to ever lose the opening match. Eder Valencia announced himself on the world stage, scoring 2 goals in this game and scoring 3 at the World Cup. Qatar then went on to lose their other 2 games, losing to Senegal and the Netherlands, finishing bottom of the group with 0 points. Despite the fact Ecuador won their opening game, it wasn't to be, and Senegal and the Netherlands advanced. Wales qualified for the World Cup for the first time in over half a decade, and they finished bottom of the group, only getting a point. To look at Wales' most iconic moments, you could pick between Gareth Bale's penalty equaliser versus America to get them their singular point of the group, but I'm going to pick Wayne Hennessy's red card versus Iran. The USA fought and they won one match. They got 5 points in the group, they topped the group, really impressive performance. The young team, and in 4 years' time when they do host the World Cup, you would fancy them to get to at least the quarterfinals and could potentially be dark horses. No real surprise with England top of the group. The fact they didn't finish with 9 points is really embarrassing in this group. And sadly for England fans, this will not be Gareth Southgate's last tournament. Argentina were my favourites at this World Cup, and they lost their opening game to Saudi Arabia. Lionel Messi had hit rock bottom. His World Cup dream was surely over. But no, then he drops a masterclass versus Mexico, scores one of the best World Cup goals at this tournament. I did a watch along of the game, and for some reason my microphone broke for the reaction of his goal, but I'll play you the clip anyway. Lionel Messi's goal versus Mexico. Mexico were disappointing in this World Cup. They did beat Saudi Arabia, but on goal difference, Poland did advance. Robert Lewandowski finally gets a goal at the World Cup, despite missing a penalty in the opening game. Group D, here's my public apology to France. I said you'd get grouped. I thought the World Cup curse would hit them. They lost Benzema and Nkunku, Kante, Pogba. No, they topped the group, 6 points, although they did lose to Tunisia. Still topped the group with relative ease. I actually predicted something right in this group. I said Australia would finish second. Is it because I rated Australia's team? Is it because I thought France would get grouped? Who knows? I would have put Denmark as one of the dark horses for this World Cup. They finished bottom at 1 point. Really disappointing World Cup. Group E, Spain, Germany, Japan, Costa Rica. You would think Spain and Germany would get past that in ease. The streets will not forget the solid 2 minutes where both Japan and Costa Rica were going through.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything.
No, Spain eventually fought back. They got second in this group. Japan topped it after beating both Spain and Germany. Japan beat Spain and Germany. They lost to Costa Rica. That makes absolutely perfect sense. Since winning the World Cup in 2014, Germany have only won 2 World Cup matches, the game versus Sweden in 2018 and a win versus Costa Rica in 2022. Canada have a good squad, but I think we all knew they weren't ready. They bottomed the group, and the team that didn't qualify with them, Belgium, I think that surprised a lot of people, definitely surprised me. Their golden generation is finished. They beat Canada in the opening game. It was a poor performance though, and you could kind of tell that they might not get out of this group. Morocco then beat them 2-0, and they really announced themselves on the world stage in that game, Morocco. Morocco did top that group, and World Cup finalists from 2018, Croatia finished second. Group G, Cameroon finished third in this group, but they did beat Brazil. The striker that scored the last minute goal for them took off his shirt, despite the fact he got a yellow, got sent off, but he will be remembered as a legend. What a perfect way to leave the World Cup, getting a winner versus Brazil, one of the favourites for the tournament at the time, and then getting sent off for taking off your shirt. Some people had Ghana as dark horses, some people had Uruguay as dark horses. Well, it turns out South Korea were the dark horses, as both Ghana and Uruguay got knocked out in the group stages. Despite a loss in the last group stage game, Portugal did top the group. Cristiano Ronaldo thought he had scored 2 goals, but well, it was later decided Bruno Fernandes had scored it, as Ronaldo didn't get his head onto it. Knowing Ronaldo, he's probably still arguing about it. To the knockouts, the Netherlands comfortably beat USA. Argentina had a late scare versus Australia, and if we're being totally honest, they probably should have gotten an equaliser. Lionel Messi picks up another man of the match performance. Here's my reaction to his goal this time, and thankfully my microphone was working. Messi, goal! Messi 1-0! He's shown up on the biggest stage, and Messi's done it again for Argentina. Golazo. 1-0 Argentina. Japan have had a World Cup that will be looked upon for years to come. Sadly, it ended in the round of 16 as Croatia beat them on penalties. Livakovic was the hero. Brazil beat South Korea 4-1. After every single goal, Brazil decided to do a dance. Manager Tete even started to get involved with the dancing. He's since been sacked. France beat Poland 3-1, no real surprise there. Mbappe scored 2 beautiful goals. England beat Senegal comfortably 3-0. Jordan Henderson and Jude Bellingham, a future Liverpool midfield partnership. Spain, who were my dark horses for this World Cup, lost to the actual dark horses of the World Cup, Morocco. Spain lost on penalties to Morocco. Bono was the hero. He plays in Spain. I don't think he'll have a nice welcome when he comes back to Sevilla. Portugal demolished Switzerland 6-1 in a game where Cristiano Ronaldo was dropped for around the 16th game of the World Cup. Ramos came in, he scored a hat-trick. Personally, I would rather watch Ramos' highlights versus Switzerland than watch another video that came out recently about him. Netherlands versus Argentina. What a game. That is one of the great World Cup games. Argentina were 2-0 up, and what will come a reoccurring theme, Argentina lose their lead. It's 2-2. Wout Weghorst is the hero, who was flopping and getting relegated to Burnley only 6 months ago.
Weghorst? I've never heard. That's not even a real name. Woot Weghorst.
Argentina win on penalties. Emi Martinez does a dance. Lionel Messi calls Wout Weghorst an idiot and celebrates like this to Louis van Gaal. Brazil weren't dancing after their quarter-final as they lost to Croatia on penalties. Another disappointing World Cup for Brazil, what you would think would be Neymar's last, and he left the pitch in tears. England versus France. It was 1-1. It was a relatively decent game. Olivier Giroud gives France the lead to make it 2-1, becomes France's all-time record goal scorer. Harry Kane, who had already scored a penalty in that match, gets a second opportunity. They get a second penalty. You can take the player out of Spurs, but you can't take the Spurs out of their player. Harry Kane skies his penalty. France move on to the semi-finals. Morocco versus Portugal. They keep another clean sheet, and Morocco beat Portugal. Another game where Cristiano Ronaldo had been dropped. I think that's something Diego Santos and Portugal might regret for the rest of their lives. Poor goalkeeping. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 Morocco. El Nasri. Morocco keep another clean sheet, and as things stand in the tournament, they'd only conceded one goal, and that was an own goal. I know we're on to the semi-finals, but let's go back in time. 2018 group stages. It looked like Argentina was surely going out. Croatia battered them 3-0. Luka Modric stars. Lionel Messi dances around them to set up Julian Alvarez, who scores his second in the match. Argentina win 3-0 comfortably onto the World Cup final. Lionel Messi gets his second chance. France versus Morocco. At heart, I was going for Morocco, the underdog story, but at the same time, you would have wanted France to win because it would be an amazing final. In my opinion, Morocco were definitely better in that match, but France scored 2 goals because they have the individual quality and they go on to the World Cup final. Now, on to the biggest game of the tournament, the third place playoff. Croatia beat Morocco while Luka Modric didn't get his fairy tale ending. At least he ended it on a positive. Morocco definitely the dark horses of this World Cup. They surprised everyone. First African nation to ever reach a World Cup semi-final. You look at players like Amrabat, who was probably Morocco's standout player at the World Cup. He played versus Belgium, pocketed De Bruyne. He played versus Croatia, pocketed Modric. He played versus Spain, he pocketed Gavi and Pedri. He played versus Portugal, pocketed Bruno Fernandes. Because of this great World Cup, Moroccan players are going to get big moves. For example, Amrabat, he's being linked with Liverpool or Spurs. That would be a fantastic move for him. Now it was the World Cup final, a rematch of the 2018 World Cup round of 16 game. The little boy from Rosario, Argentina. Messi on a million backs, and Argentina start the game off brilliantly. Angel Di Maria stars, he wins them a penalty. Messi slots home the penalty, 1-0 Argentina. Argentina score what I believe to be the best World Cup final goal ever. 5 Argentinian players touched the ball in the build-up to the move. Only one took more than one touch, that was Lionel Messi, who only took 2. Tiki-taka football at its best, and it was slotted home by Angel Di Maria. We were prepared for the god, but the angels stole the show. But as they almost did versus Australia, and they did versus the Netherlands, they blew their 2-0 lead. Kylian Mbappe scores 2 goals in 1 minute, and his second goal was something special. The game moves on to extra time. In the 108th minute, Lionel Messi, with a bit of luck, scores a fairly easy goal for his standards. Gives Argentina the lead for the World Cup final. It was the fairy tale ending, but no, Kylian Mbappe steps up again. He scores another penalty. He scores a hat-trick in a World Cup final. The game goes to penalties. Mbappe and Messi start in normal time. They both take the first penalty for their country. Both of them score. Kingsley Coman steps up to take the second penalty. Emi Martinez saves it. Tchouaméni then steps up and he misses. Salah Montiel stands up for Argentina's 4th penalty. This will win them the World Cup. He sends Lloris the wrong way. Lionel Messi has done it. Argentina have done it. And the perfect way to end the best World Cup final ever is to see the best ever lifting the trophy. Lionel Messi picked up the golden ball, getting 7 goals and 3 assists at the World Cup. Mbappe picked up the golden shoe, although he didn't look very happy. Emi Martinez picked up the golden glove and he celebrated like this. People are giving out about it. I found it quite funny. And Enzo Fernandez picked up young player of the tournament. I thought Cavani should have won it, but that is no disrespect to Enzo Fernandez. He was amazing at this World Cup. This World Cup had everything. It had upsets, red cards, iconic moments, funny celebrations, dancing, mainly Brazilian dancing. In my opinion, that is the greatest World Cup ever, at least in my lifetime anyway. And no better way for the best World Cup ever to end with the best ever winning the World Cup. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. If you are new to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. It's another 4 years to the World Cup in America, Canada and Mexico. It will be a long way. We're back to club football now. It's not going to bring the same vibes. Qatar will be missed. Thank you all so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.